right, hey, what's going on to all of my Pisces out there? So, hope y'all are having a great day. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Oh yeah, please make sure to get the book at Amazon or BarnesandNoble.com. The link will be in the description box below as usual. So, let's get into this. Oh yeah, if you'd like to contact me for a personal reading, I am available to do personal readings today. You can also contact me. The email address as well as the prices of what it is that I do are also in the description box below. Let's get into it for the Pisceans. So let's get into it. So you have the Four of Cups, Eight of Swords. You have the Nine of Pentacles, okay, High Priestess, Two of Swords, the Judgment, the Ace of Pentacles, the Temperance, the Hierophant, the Justice, the Four of Pentacles, the Hangman, the Ten of Pentacles, the Page of Swords, and last but not least, we have the Empress. I don't know if, y'all can't see my table, but I love this. I'm a minimalist. So for me, less is more for me. I love how clear this table is and how clean it is. Okay, so for the Pisceans, the Hangman does represent Pisces. So congratulations, you showed up in your own reading. The Four of Cups, the Eight of Swords, Nine of Pentacles. Some of you Pisces were trying to give someone some sort of love offer, some sort of love situation, enlighten someone about a particular subject. When it comes to love, you may have loved them, told them that you love them, told them that you like them. It didn't work. They didn't necessarily take you too seriously. As you see on the card, they have their hands crossed. They have their arms crossed. So you're offering them this cup. They don't necessarily want to hear what it is that you have to say, nor are they open for suggestion. The Eight of Swords, they see themselves as kind of lowly. They don't really quite understand that someone can be interested in them. So they're into the same thing that a lot of other people are into, which is the playing games and trying to, I'm going to get you before you get me kind of mentality. That's what it is that those people are into. Because most people, when you're trying to tell people, when you're trying to get to know people for real, you see how they move. They move like they move goofy. You know what I mean? And they essentially don't listen to what it is that you're saying, right? Especially if you're not playing games. So you can tell them straight up that you're not playing games and they still gonna think that you're playing games. They're dumb. And the thing is that the Nine of Pentacles is about them trying to front like they're not interested, even though they are. Sorry about that. Even though they are interested. It's just that the problem with them is that they're in a situation where they have a lot of, where all that stuff comes from, the I'm going to get you first and playing all these games, is insecurity. You know what I mean? It's a defense mechanism created by the ego. And it's one of those moments where, it's one of those ego moments where I'm never going to let that happen to me, wagging your finger. I'm never going to let that happen to me type of stuff ever again. So people develop systems to make sure that their ego is safe from going through that type of humiliation, because people usually go through that situation, or this person in particular, but in a general sense, go through that type of situation where they really like someone. The person may have ignored them, didn't necessarily really want to be in a relationship with them in actual application, and they felt like an idiot, so they decided to do that to others. And that's the kind of situation that you're in right now. Immediately was starting off terribly. What I suggest to you Pisceans is to not freak with this person. because obviously, if you're a Pisces and you're really about something and you really want to upgrade your life, that's what we do here on this channel. This is not a channel for people who want to complain about the goofy stuff that they're doing and then complain about it later. Then obviously you would want to stay away from a person who's giving you unnecessary problems. The High Priestess and the Two of Swords. The High Priestess and the Two of Swords represents how this is a situation also for a lot of you Pisceans, where one thing that you want to do as well is that you also want to kind of, one of the things that's going to help you get rid of this person, right? Getting out of liking this person, which you'll still actually like them, but you won't be so interested in them to the point where it'll be difficult for you. And we're going to get into that. That's why you got the Temperance, is to actually study the situation. If you're paying attention to the High Priestess, you notice how the person on this card is holding a book, meaning that they're studying. They're doing studying. They're studying the principles of what is actually going on. They're realizing the geometry of this situation and how obtuse, listen to what I'm saying, how obtuse the other person is being, meaning how incongruent a lot of y'all are. You come to them like this, where you're interested in this person, and these people are obviously not giving you an easy time at all, and actually making it quite difficult on you. Why? So the Two of Swords now represents how don't allow yourself, though, to become defensive just like them, right? Or I should say offensive. Don't allow yourself to become offensive just like them, because they want to constantly play offense and constantly get on people's nerves and get up underneath your skin. You Pisceans should really understand that you shouldn't even be wasting your time messing around with individuals who are going to act out like that, and to pretty much leave them alone, right? It's their loss. So the Judgment represents you finally, after you do some studying as to how obtuse this situation is, you really realizing, being able to make the better judgments and realize you are in fact wasting your time on this person, which you are. Don't waste any more of your time. So the Ace of Pentacles represents how, since this is also the case, a lot of you Pisces need to understand that you need to give what you've got going on to someone else in a relationship, the Temperance, right, where it'll work. The Temperance represents a good mix of, it represents a good energy. It represents a good mix of people, right? One of the ways that you know that someone and you could really get together is one of the indications of that, right? Because this is what I do. One of the indications of that is seeing if you and this person have something in common together. There's been times where, I'm trying to date some people and they ain't interested. They tell me they want someone that's taller than them, all this other type of stuff. But, they're left-handed. And it's like, okay, come to find out, as I'm still, getting to know that person as a friend, come to find out they're left-handed. Okay, I'm left-handed too. With some degree of ambidextry, meaning I can use both hands. So it's like, okay, they're 5'7". Okay, I'm 5'7". So all of these different things, another person who I'm dating at the time, I was born on August 27th. This person was born on December 27th. So, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I'm a Virgo. They're Capricorn, both earth signs. So it's that level of camaraderie. You understand? It's that level of having certain things in common. You go, wow. And it has to be organic too. Too many times when someone is like trying to play the other person, what you'll have is you'll have chameleons out here. That's another problem too. That's another situation. Pisces, you got to not be a chameleon. You got to learn how to, if you and this person don't mix, then it don't mix, and it's okay. Try to still see if the two of y'all can be different, but still have a mutual respect for each other. and still work it out. And if you can't do those two things, then it is what it is, and dissolve the situation right there. You know, there'll be times where I'm getting to know someone and I'll ask the person, what do you think about this? They'll say X, Y, and Z. And then they'll ask me, and then I'll give my 2 cents, and they'll be like, oh yeah, well, such and such and such, and they'll agree with me. When they just said the dialectically opposed thing before I had a chance to go and speak. So, you know what I'm saying? It has to be a real thing, too. That's another way that people get in good relationships. You have the Hierophant and the Justice. The Hierophant is, you need to also be on your P's and Q's and watch. You need to be true to yourself. If things don't work, then it don't work. And the Hierophant is a representation of that. If it doesn't feel like heaven on earth, then what are you doing trying to force the situation? You understand what I'm saying? Because heaven is what you make it. And then the Justice represents, it has to be a justifiable relationship. The two of you really have to be going somewhere in each other's lives. There has to be purpose here. You understand? We're getting into some serious science now. The Four of Pentacles represents how these are some of the standards that a lot of you Pisces need to stand on. The only time that you need to be a chameleon, because Pisces is a chameleon, Virgo is a chameleon, and I'm a Virgo saying this with the Pisces ascendant is a chameleon, Gemini is a chameleon, Libra is a chameleon. You got to understand that chameleonism, right, or being a chameleon is only functional, right, in terms of survival. If your livelihood is not necessarily in danger, and I don't want it to be in danger, there's no justifiable cause for you to be a chameleon. You're just trying to force a situation where it's not going to work. You understand? So the Hangman represents, you need to take some time and really understand to be able to separate the differences between yourselves and the other person to see if the two of you are actually alike and the two of you can actually relate. And when I say the two of you, I'm talking about anyone in general who you may happen to interact with or come across or meet in the future, and you're getting to know them, right? Archetypically, right? As a type, right? And the Ten of Pentacles, right? The Ten of Pentacles represents make sure that these people actually have something going for them, not for you to necessarily look into their pockets per se, but you want to make sure that these people actually have some sort of plan financially, as well as some way to be able to sustain themselves. That's a big one too, because a lot of people are out here capping about their ability to survive. A lot of people are just hanging on by a thread, and we're not even counting, because I'm not trying to clown. We're not even counting. You know what I'm saying? We're not counting the storm. We're not counting this problem that we have. That we're not even counting that stuff. We're just talking about people who were on that before. And then the Page of Swords, and then you have the Empress. So the Page of Swords and the Empress represents, watch out for people who want to be a little bit too judgmental of you and who try to like make things more combative. That's another thing too. Watch out for people who are jealous. A lot of times, there's another thing too, is that sometimes people can be jealous of the same people who they're hanging around, regardless of who it is. And it's weird once it starts shifting from people to people. You know what I mean? So the Empress represents this being a situation for a lot of you Pisceans, where if you can learn to watch out for some of these things, these are just some of the attributes characteristics that you need to have, as well as the other person, to where the two of you can actually be in a relationship. Because like I said before, I learned a lot. I know how the basics. I know how to be in a relationship. The reason why I'm not in one is because a lot of the people are tripping. You know, I've spoken to, no, I don't even want to cap. I must have spoken to at least 5 to 7 different people, if you know what I mean, between March to July 1st. I want to say, no, leeway. I want to say July 7th. 7 different people. And you mean to tell me that each and every single one of those 7 different people, I can name off what they did. One of them wasting my time. Another, you know what I'm saying? One of them wasting my time. Another one got upset, started wilding out. Another one wasting my time again. Tried to ask this person if they wanted to hang out. They said yeah, then flaked. Just, you know what I mean? But they were so into it the other night. So no one was twisting their arm. So let's go ahead and clarify the Empress. So you have the Judgment, 7 of Pentacles, 3 of Rods. Like I said, Pisces, being able to be in a position to make better judgments of how people move, not wondering about the stuff that they say to you, and understand that essentially you and this person have no future because they're full of fish. You know what I mean? They're full of it. Let's clarify the Page of Swords. Ten of Pentacles, 2 of Pentacles, 8 of Cups. Clarify the Page of Swords. 10 of Pentacles. Watch out for people who don't want to who don't want to get along with somebody. Those people who can't stand to get along with somebody. Watch out for those types of people. 2 of Pentacles. You shouldn't have to debate with yourself whether or not you and this person are actually meeting eye to eye. You don't have to debate that. I'm talking about spiritually, okay? Doesn't necessarily have to be physically. You don't have to be the same physical height. I mean, on a spiritual level. The 2 of you, you don't have to wonder whether or not the 2 of you are on the same page. You'll know. Because the 2 of you will naturally get along with each other. And then the 8 of Cups. The 8 of Cups represents yeah, you should immediately walk away from them. Because like I said before, they're full of it. So that's pretty much it. Those are some of the characteristics that you need to watch out for. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe. Peace. Love y'all.